How do you transform your content marketing into an always-on media business? That's what we're going to discuss today. Stay tuned. Hey guys, so there's a ton of advice out there, experts telling marketing teams that they have to start functioning more like an always-on media business if they want to be effective in their marketing. And I totally agree with that advice. There's nothing wrong with that advice. And I totally believe that marketing teams have to start working more like a media business if they want to effectively engage with their customers. But the problem with that advice is that most of the experts stop short at telling actually how to do it. They don't go into detail of how to do it, how to get started. And marketing executives, most of them agree that they want to become more like a media business in their content marketing programs, but they have no clue how to get started. That's what this video is about. I'm going to talk about 4 simple things that will put you on your journey to become more like a media business, to transform your content marketing into an always-on media business, into an always-on newsroom. First, you have to add some unique differentiation in your content. Any type of content you're producing, especially starting out, you have to create unique content. No matter what business you are in, what market you're in, what type of products you're selling, or what type of customers you have, there's probably tons of competition, millions of pieces of content that's already out there that's competing for your audience's attention. And you have to add some uniqueness, some differentiation into your content if you want to stand out, if you want to reach that audience. There's no way you can reach, even if you have the best quality, even if you have the most research, most informative content that you're producing, you cannot reach an audience if you do not have some differentiation. So make sure you add some uniqueness into your content. And this is what I call the content sweet spot. You have to figure out your content sweet spot. It consists of 2 basic things that pretty much everyone knows, and a third thing that no one is doing. The first two things are your capabilities as a team, your knowledge, your expertise area, and what you are comfortable in terms of content, what you are comfortable in producing. And the second is the value that you want to provide to your customers, and their needs, their pain points. This is content marketing 101, everyone knows that. But the third thing that pretty much everyone ignores is adding some uniqueness. How do you make your content stand out? What is that unique content tilt, that twist in your content that makes it differentiated from everything else that's out there? Let's say you're doing recipes, you're a food manufacturer, and you're targeting your customers with Italian recipes. But there are millions of Italian recipes out there. How do you differentiate? You have to find a niche area, a narrow focused area, and find some differentiation so you become a leading expert in that specific area. Maybe it's a combination of Italian and Spanish recipes. I don't know if that makes sense. But you have to find some niche area where you become an expert, where your customers know that this is the content that only comes from this brand or this company. If you're targeting frequent travelers, maybe it's 20-second tips every day because they're always on the run. Maybe you add some humor to your content so that every content piece you create, you not just provide value, professional value to your customers, but also some humor. So you have to find that unique content twist, that uniqueness, that content sweet spot before you create any type of content. And once you do that, once you find that content sweet spot, you have to make sure it's integral to your content mission statement. Now, every media business has an editorial or content mission statement, but none of the businesses have such a mission statement. And if you don't have that, how are you going to test the content that you're producing actually is aligned with your mission? So make sure any content that's being proposed is aligned with that content mission. If it's not, it should be rejected right away. So that's the first thing. You have to make sure you find a content sweet spot. you have some unique differentiation in your content. Now, second, you have to limit yourself. Most marketing teams, when they start out with their content marketing, they want to do everything. They want to be on all the platforms. They want to create all types of content. They want to target all their audience, all their customers, all the personas that they've created. It never works out. Now you're thinking, media business, we're trying to become a media business, and media businesses have a very broad set of audience. They create all types of content. They are on all platforms. But here's the thing, look back at their history. Every media business started with one type of content, one platform, and one persona, one type of audience. And you have to stick to that as well. Especially when you're starting out. You do not have the luxury to diversify. Now you can always do some kind of variation within a certain type of content. For example, let's say you're doing textual content. You can do long form content, you can do short form, you can do white papers, you can do infographics. But if you try to diversify too much, it becomes a data nightmare. It becomes exponentially hard to track and measure and optimize your campaigns. And your content marketing programs have to be driven by data. So you cannot diversify too soon. You have to wait until you have a critical mass before you diversify. Third, you have to be consistent for a long period of time. Business executives want ROI ASAP. But content marketing is not going to deliver ROI within a week or a month or 3 months. You have to be patient. You have to set a schedule and stick to it. You have to make sure you create a certain type of content and deliver it at a certain time every day. Because all media businesses have that consistency. They create certain type of content at the same time every day. You have to stick to that consistency. Only then you can move towards becoming an always-on media business. And the fourth thing is likely the most important thing. You have to build your own platform. You have to build your own subscribers. Don't get distracted by all the people telling you that you have to build subscribers and followers on all the different channels and all the social media platforms. You can do that later on. But first you have to focus on your own platforms, whether it's a website, your blog, your newsletters. And believe it or not, email is still the most important marketing tool that you have. Guess what all media businesses want from you? Your email ID. Even the ones that are formed in social media age. BuzzFeed, a poster child. All they want, if you follow their trail, all they want is your email ID. That's what you need to do. You have to build your own platforms because you have much more control, much more data, and much higher chance of building a stronger connection with your customers if they are your own subscribers. So you have to make sure you build your own platform because you cannot rely on somebody else's platform. Take Facebook, for example. Companies spend millions of dollars in building their audience and building their page likes on Facebook. So the subscribers that they build on Facebook, now it becomes so hard to reach them organically with your messages. And guess what? Facebook wants more money from you now to deliver those messages into their news feeds. Because they have total control. They can make one algorithm change and it screws up all your subscribers. All the money you spent on building those subscribers. So do that once you have the luxury, once you have scaled your operations, but focus on your own platform and your own subscribers first. So guys, those are the 4 things. I would summarize it again. First, make sure you find your content sweet spot. Make sure you add some kind of unique differentiation in your content. Second, limit yourself. One content type, one platform, and one target persona. Third, be consistent over a long period of time. Build a schedule and stick to it. And finally, the 4th one, build your own platforms first. Build your own subscriber base. Those are the 4 things that you need to follow if you want to start your journey towards becoming an always-on media business, and if you want to transform your content marketing programs. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please share them in the comments, and thanks for watching.